in proportion to your becoming. It's cause and effect. You bring this energy into a relationship, and thus by coming with that energy, it becomes and manifests according to the energy that you bring forth. People are more interested in the energy that they can get than the energy that they're willing to bring forth. That's the major problem that our relationships suffer from. We don't realize that the ideal man is in proportion to the ideal woman. The ideal woman is a byproduct of the fortitude of the ideal man. You cannot have one without the other. It is impossible. And if you look for one without being the other, you have become a fool. You have become a fool. And many of us have become fools. Many of us have. Because we look for something that if we will become, then our very becomingness would mold and shape reality to become the thing that we seek. Unquestionably. Just give you an example with polygamy. And I like talking about polygamy because it's a very touching subject matter. Sisters say they don't agree with polygamy. I say your problem is you agree with disagreeing. That's where your agreement is at. And as long as your agreement with disagreement, you will only attract more of the things that you disagree. I said, you say you are against polygamy. But I say, do you want a divine, do you desire a divine man? I said, what does that look like? What is the resonance? What is the frequency? What is the energetic vibration between you and a divine man? What is the vibration there? Because they're not looking at the vibration, they're looking at ideals. They say they want a divine man, but yet they keep attracting this particular type of man. That's talking about polygamy and this, that, and the other. But they are attracted to the divine man, but their ideals have clouded their perception. Because the universe gives you what you desire. How do you perceive what you have been given? Y'all hear the point I'm making? Why do you keep attracting men that are talking about polygamy? Because if you say you want a divine man, what is the culture, the lifestyle, and the way of a divine man? Many of them have already failed at monogamy. They have failed tremendously. And I tell them that you must come out of the context of relationships, period. Because now you get back caught up into idealism. You say a divine man, and you see the divinity of this man. That should be enough for you to be open to allow divinity to unfold into your experience. But idealism kicks in. Right. You ain't even seen the negativities of polygamy. It don't even exist. Even the word itself completely distorts their reality when they hear it. Polygamy, oh my God. And they become absent-minded to being in the presence of the divine instantaneously. And now they're way off in the future, concerned and worried about some shit that don't even exist because somebody told them how they had to relate. I said, who's more important? The person who told you how you should relate or what you actually desire? Because the person who told you how you should relate is the one blocking you. Because you're in the presence of your desire and you operating out of what you have been told. And that's stopping you from moving forward into what you have attracted. That's heavy. That's heavy right there. So I said, if they really want a divine man and they really are in tune with the ancestors, Jah, and Jehovah and many names that they use, if they're really in tune, what more work do they have to do when it is manifested? Now they begin to doubt. They pray for this. I want this divine, perfect man to manifest into my life. He manifests. Then they question it. I said all the prophets, most of the prophets were polygamous. In the scriptures. So you have a divine man that manifests before you in the image of your prophetic ones in your holy books. And you deny these men based upon what your matrix have given you.
Artificial.
What have been given to you from an artificial reality. You reject divinity for artificiality. And they end up with a broken relationship. Because I said you got a monogamous that don't have the compassion.
Right.
Y'all understand?
Right.
He don't have the soul, the heart.
Right.
He is not backed by the Orishas.
No.
He is not backed by the ancestors. But he's monogamous. So you settle. You settle for this Negro. Not backed by no spiritual forces on the planet. But you're satisfied with artificial achievement. Now this is no attack on any monogamous men, but this is a point that's being made. Not backed by anything. But they are monogamous. They ain't gonna revolutionize a damn thing.
Nope.
They don't represent constructive change of community or society. Matter of fact, they don't even love you. They just come in the wrappings. You know what I'm saying? Then you have men that are the embodiment of love in physical manifestation. And you reject them for idealistic concepts. And you will settle for a monogamous that just lying anyway.
Right.
He lying anyway.
Right.
Got 5 or 6 women on the side.
Right.
And just because he come in the wrappings, you get wrapped up. It's a wrap. Now you've accepted this man. And you end up in a terrible relationship. I found out this man had other women and this, that, and the other, and we broke off. But you had someone who was honest. He showed up to you saying, you know what? Come on. I'm a holy man. And that man was rejected, of whom you attracted. So now this same sister go and add to the overwhelming number of single women. Overwhelming number. I heard now it's 17 women to one man. Woo! That's a dramatic increase. A dramatic increase. So now they're rejecting divinity. They're rejecting responsibility. They're rejecting integrity. Because they want a television. They want something to tell live to their vision. They want a television relationship with this particular one man. They say, well, I know there is a man out here that can only love one woman and just be with this one woman. This is their argument. I know it's one. They waiting for the rest of their damn life. For that man. And pass out deities in flesh. For pipe dreams. End up single for years. Polygamists say, I'm going to take care of you and all your children. Really ain't no polygamist. Just a divine momentarianist. What do I mean by that?